Title here, which I hope you did, which drew you to this call, this live with me here, is stop telling your people good job. Now, let me preface this for a minute. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to my live channel. If you're new here, welcome. Grateful that you're part of this. We're talking leadership, culture, and from my perspective as a former professional athlete, as a business owner, and someone who has since 2017 been actively communicating, preaching, teaching, leading along the lines of leadership, building culture, building a positive culture, building an organization really along the lines of how can I bring emotional intelligence into my leadership and actually apply it into my business. Now, let's get into it. Good job. These are two words, two most debilitating words you can use as a leader. Stop saying good job. Why is that? Well, first of all, let me just say that what I'm about to share with you is actually you're going to be mad at me. I know you're going to comment to me. You're going to be sending me DMs telling me how frustrated you are with me. And I get it, because I was frustrated too when I figured this out. And I'm going to ruin it for you because you're addicted. If you lead an organization, you lead a team within that organization, maybe you lead a sports team, a sales organization, maybe you lead clients, maybe you lead at home, your children, your partner. We're addicted to the two words, a simple phrase, good job. And it's an addiction. And you may not believe it, but now that I've told you this, you are going to catch yourself. This is what happened to me. Once I learned what I'm about to share with you, I started catching myself and just getting completely frustrated because I was exposed to an addiction that we all have, which is somebody does something that you like. And we may be super positive, very well intentioned, and we tell them, hey, good job. It could be good job on that presentation, good job landing that client, good job leading this meeting, good job on the report that you did or the marketing slides that you created, good job. And they are handcuffing you as a leader. And it's not serving your team. In fact, it's doing the opposite. So from here out, going forward, the first step is awareness. I want you to be aware when you are saying the words good job or great job, or fill it in. Here's why. First and foremost, the phrase good job, there's no information there. No information. I'll give you a prime example. My high school football coach, all 6'5" of them, whatever it was, he was a monster when I was in high school. He was super excitable, very positive. He would come blowing into the locker room and just high five and pat people on the back. As he'd hit you, he'd knock you over. Good job, Coffey. Good job. Now, positive, yes. Well-intentioned, of course. But the phrase good job did not give me any information. What was it about that body of work, maybe in that drill or in the practice or in the game, that he liked? What was good about it? See, as leaders, we want to put ourselves in a position where we can shift behaviors, we can shift performance. And good job does not give us any information. It's confirmation, oh, okay, good. It recognizes us, but it's very empty. There's no info behind it. So what we want to do is we want to be able to provide information, recognition for someone that gives them some information, specific information. Now, why do we want to do this? Because the more specific with the feedback that we're giving, the more we're going to get of it the next time. So, for example, if someone comes to you and says, hey, I really loved how you set the room prior to your presentation. You went around and you introduced yourself. You had a fantastic introduction, and I really liked the energy that you had in this presentation. And most importantly, I loved how you closed in a way that invited them to come learn more. Keep it up. Go get them next time, whatever it may be. What you've done is you've given them some information about that body of work that they did versus, hey, great job on that presentation. Now, what I know is if my leader came to me and said, hey, I really liked how you set the table for that presentation. I really liked your introduction. I liked your energy behind it. And I liked how you closed. The next presentation I do, maybe consciously or unconsciously, am going to be focused on doing those things, those specific things that my leader recognized me for. My boss, the owner of the company, whatever. We're shifting behaviors and performance of our teams. We really have to be specific with our feedback. And good job, I'm sorry, my friend, is not specific. It doesn't give me information. So be specific. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining. You want to be specific with your information, with your feedback. Now, here's the challenge. You're going to find yourself, now that I've let the cat out the bag, and now that you're aware of it, you're going to be pissed at me because you're going to, maybe with your kids, taking out the trash. Hey, good job taking out the trash. You're going to catch yourself now, and that's okay. This is the awareness piece. The first step is awareness. So now that you're aware, what are you going to do with it? I'm telling you I'm not going to say a couple times, probably the first couple of months, maybe even year that you are intentionally practicing this. You're going to catch yourself saying good job to somebody. Hey, good job taking out the trash. Or good job on handling the new client that you got, that phone call that you just did. Great job. And why? Well, number one, that's how we were recognized. The leaders that taught us, that's how they recognized it. It was empty. There's not a lot of information. We want to shift behaviors and performances, and the way we do that is we got to be specific with our information. What was it about that call that landed that new client? What was it about the way in which they handled that team meeting? You go down the line. Be specific with your praise is the whole point of this. Stop saying good job. So if you think about getting your team to improve a particular behavior, and it could be, let's say in your sales organization, it could be, and you've got quotas, it could be quotas for meetings, for amount of phone calls or outreaches or those type of things. And instead of at the end of the week, someone hit their quota and say, hey, good job hitting your quota this week. Number one, okay, it felt good being recognized, but there's an emptiness to that. And you know this if you've been recognized in that way. So you as a leader you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to the body of work that they're doing. Number one. Number two, you got to get to know your team player, because this is where the trust comes in. Because the more trust that they have with you, the more specific you can be with it. And I'm not saying it's all fluff. You're not just kind of patting them on the back. You may need, as a leader, your job is to provide correction. So there may be some correction in there that can help them. So the overall body of work you liked, and there's some opportunities for feedback within that can correct some of the things they need to get better at. But you got to know the individual that you're leading on how to communicate that to them. Because some may be a little bit soft to it. Some you can be a little more upfront and honest and frank with them. Let me just check the chat here, just make sure. Okay. So again, if you've got comments or feedback, by all means, throw it in here. We are live about this. So what we're talking about is being specific in your feedback, because the old adage, the old phrase, good job or great job, despite how excited you are behind it and how positive, there's not a lot of information behind it. So I want you to be specific with your feedback. Whatever you are delivering it, I want you to think about what is the behavior that I recognize in that, and I want to say something about it, because when you recognize that behavior, you're going to get more of it. You follow me? So I'll relate it to being at home. If your child takes out the trash without you asking, it's one thing to say, hey, good job taking out the trash. It's another thing to say, hey, you know what? I want to recognize that you just took out this trash without me asking. That was awesome. Thank you very much. Now, your child just heard they were recognized specifically that they did something, taking out the trash, without that you having to ask them. Now, they like that recognition. Now, they're going to be looking for ways to do something, maybe take out the trash or something else, without you asking, because they got your attention, and you recognize them for that. This is powerful. It's a leadership hack here. I don't call it a hack. It's not a hack. It's just it's a powerful way to get the behaviors that you're looking for, because you know that, hey, the more that I get this particular behavior, we'll go back to the sales example. The more my team is picking up the phone or setting up meetings, that increases the chance of us closing deals, which increases the chances of us generating more revenue. And then, we're all getting paid, or the company grows, the stock prices goes up, whatever it may be. The scoreboard takes care of itself. What we can take care of is our effort, our behaviors, our performance. So what we want to do is we want to recognize those behaviors that lead to the results on the scoreboard. So that's the second part of this. We most commonly only give feedback when we see some sort of result on the scoreboard. A bonus, like a plus, like, hey, we're looking good, we made quota, or we hit these numbers, or we're not hitting those numbers. Now we're bringing that to attention. So instead of saying, hey, good job, we hit our numbers, or not a good job, what happened? It's recognizing the behaviors in there that led to doing well or not doing well, so that they can be recognized for those efforts or learn what to work on. Okay, so in order to shift their level of the behaviors that lead to results, we have to recognize them specifically. So be very intentional with, hey, I really liked how you built. I was listening on a call you did, and I really loved how you build the rapport. I thought it was a really powerful way that you communicate the benefits of our product. And what I know is, I know you know our product features in and out. And I really think that you can get better at communicating how it relates to the problems that you discovered. You can slide in that constructive. I don't say slide it in. We're not here to slide. We're not here to I don't want to say be secretive about it. We're going to be specific. Hey, this is what you're doing. This is where you can get better. But we have to just get out of this old habit of just saying, man, good job, or get them next time. If someone did not perform on a call that they thought they did well on, or you didn't think they did well on, just saying, hey, don't worry about it, get it next time. Again, that doesn't give them any information. What was it about that call that didn't go well for them? And based on the level of trust that you have with them, the feedback that you can deliver, you'll be able to give it to them the way that they need to hear it. So I've thrown a lot at you, so let me just tie it up. Please, as a leader of an organization or a team within, or if you lead people in general, in business, at home, wherever, maybe you're even coaching your child's youth sports team, please stop saying good job. And I know you're not going to like this. And I know you're going to catch yourself now and go, Cletus, damn it, man. And yes, it's for your benefit. Pause. Even when you say good job, it's okay to retract back and go, okay, what was it about what I saw that I liked and that I want more of? And then recognize them for that. So provide positive feedback in a way that gets them to adjust behaviors or do more of it, and the effort that you're looking for. So bottom line is, let's get past good job. Let's get into being specific with our feedback so that we can get the behaviors, the efforts, the performances that we really want. And we know that the people that we lead want. Or if you're in a sales organization, you're working with your customers and your clients, recognizing them for their contributions to what you're doing, so that they can, they know that you are valuing them as a client versus just like, hey, thanks for being a client. What specifically is good about them being a customer of yours? And recognizing them for that. So if you've got more questions on this, by all means, I'm always here for you. Join us on Wednesday. I'll be here live again. We're talking leadership. We're talking culture. We're building teams that are unstoppable. When we can get to this place of power, man, I tell you what, this, and I'm going to end with this. This will separate you from all other leaders because they're going to go to your competitor or come from your competitor where they were just saying, hey, good job out there. Have a slice of pizza. To you going, you know what I liked about the body of work you did this week, or how you did today, or that present, and you're specific with your feedback, that is going to separate you from any other team leader, any other organization. And if you're trying to be the best that you can be, it's time that you learn and figure out how to stop giving them the fluff, the hey, good job out there, and be specific because they're not getting it anywhere else. I promise you. I teach and train this stuff. Very few people understand this concept, and it's so easy, but we're addicted to good job. We're addicted to saying, and we don't even know it. And you don't either. And I'm telling you, one last time, it's going to roll off your tongue, and that's okay. Give yourself some grace. It's an addiction. It is something that we are just so conditioned to say that we don't even realize it until now, until you've heard this, because it ruined it for me. Once I understood this, I was catching myself going, oh, damn, said good job. Give yourself some grace. You're learning this. I still have my moments where I forget, but I can take a step back and say, okay, let me do this again. Let me provide feedback in a way that gets them to see what they did within this body of work so we can shift behaviors, effort, performance, and you got a really powerful leadership tool and a culture that you're building, because once you do it to them, they're going to start doing it to one another or the people that they lead. All right, my friends, if you got any more questions, just DM me. I'm at Cletus Coffey, here to help support you. Let's lead some powerful teams. We'll catch you next Wednesday. Or excuse me, not next Wednesday. I'll see you on Wednesday back here live. Thanks for joining, everybody. See ya.